Alrighty, friends. YouTube does say I'm live, by the way. So if that's the case, I'll post the link in the live chat, or you can just look up my name on YouTube as well. If you go to my channel, it'll be on there. Or look up Des Moines Peak Prospects versus St. Joseph. The link is about to head over to the live chat. This one's fouled away by Yearsley. It's 1-2. So there's your link. Hopefully this works. I can't guarantee anything with how spotty the signal has been. 1-2, no outs, runners on bases 1-2 for the Peak Prospects. Here's the pitch as Yearsley ducks out of the way. Nakao was running from first, decided to make that Cook, pardon me. So have Cook on first, Nakao on second, Yearsley at the plate, the left-handed batter with a 2-2 count. Yearsley tips it foul back. This time on a pop-up. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Yearsley, with runners on the first 2 bases. Bottom of the first. On this evening in Boone. The pitch. Yearsley pops it up in the air into foul territory. And catcher Butler looks back, but won't be able to come down with it. The count at the plate. He had the second run of the day in the first part of the doubleheader against Jeff City a few days ago off a home run. That was his 4th of the year. It went up left field. Cook on first, Nakao on second. Yearsley at the plate with a 2-2 count with no outs. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first. Pitch. Yearsley lines it up to the gap. He's going to go past the catcher, and Nakao touches the bag with his hand. And on the missed throw, Cook will advance to third. It's 1-0 Peak Prospects. Yearsley a single and an E9 and an RBI score it all.
That's right fielder number 19, Nick George.
George to the plate. Peak Prospects did not score a run till the bottom of the 5th in that 15-1 loss in part 1 of our doubleheader. Here's the Petrosino and Holden both looking at it. Trot over to the plate. Off the fly out from Nick George.
Prospects first baseman number 35, Nick Prater.
Nick Prater up to the plate. He's got a strong swing. Leads the team with 7 doubles on the year. His parents are in attendance today, making the trip from Vancouver, Washington. We've got a few. Swings it to the ground for. So your only runner now is Yearsley. There are no outs. It's an 0-1 count right now on Nick Prater. Played at Clark this spring as we await the 0-1. In the dirt, and it goes past the catcher, Butler. Yearsley will advance to third. He's 90 feet away now. So the pitch from Smith bounced, and then Butler struggled to corral it, and that allowed Yearsley to advance. Nakao and Cook have scored. Yearsley's on third. George flew out, but that generated a run on a tag from Cook. You have Prater at the plate with a 1-1 count, and Des Moines leads 2-0 here with no outs in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Prater lets it fly. Strike two. Three-run one batting average.
Time and space to finish turning before driving ahead. Let's all plan to share the roads safely. Learn how. www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Hey. Oh, Neighbor Sunday? Another lung cancer warning.
Oh, like this cigarette warning?
They're saying radon is an odorless, colorless
ending?
Yeah, you'll be a lot.
.gov/.
2-0 Peak Prospects round after a productive first. Logan Smith had 3 strikeouts.
Number 20.
Rob Butler, the catcher, leads off. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Mason Holton, and the third baseman, Will Dryberg, for the 5, 6, and 7 in the order. So the right-hander Butler heads up to the plate for St. Joseph. Butler is batting .203. He's played in 19 games with 18 starts. As he watches this pitch from Smith clip the outside 0-1. Smith misses outside this time. It's 1 up, 1 down. Misses again. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Butler. The 2-2. Swing and a miss again as Morales shifted to his right at the catcher position, and Smith threw a little bit to the right of the zone.
Shortstop number
And got
18,
Butler to
Mason
take. That's
Holton.
4 strikeouts for Logan Smith and 5 batters faced today. Top of the second, 1 out, no runners on. Mason Holton to the plate for a St. Joseph team down 2-0 early on here in the top of the second. Mason Holton starting at shortstop in this game. He was at third base in the previous one. He enters batting .267 as he looks for strike 1. Smith has had fantastic command of the zone today. The 0-1. Glove of Morales, 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Outside, 1-2. Just missed the corner. And it's foul, tipped back. 1-2, 1 out, no runners on. The pitch. This is a ground ball. Second baseman Cruz picks it up and throws to Prater for the second out. And Smith's impressive day continues.
Next up, the third baseman, number 44, Will Dryberg.
Will Dryberg will head up to the plate, the starting third baseman. 2 outs, nobody on, and St. Joseph down 2-0. The pitch. Ball 1. Smith looks for the corner. Won't. Here in the lead 2-0.
Fire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service.
As a truck driver, I've learned how important road safety is. I know that large trucks need more time and room to stop. That's why I always hang back and follow other vehicles at a safe distance. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're driving, try to remember to always give trucks extra space when you merge in front of them. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Welcome back to live coverage of the Des Moines Peak Prospects, being brought to you on Mixlr and YouTube. For those of you listening on Mixlr, head over to the chat. We have the link there. For those of you watching on YouTube, if you have to go somewhere and would like to listen, you can either keep this live stream open or you can go to mixlr.com/Peak Prospects. 9-1-2, Bodenhausen, Holden, and wrong side of the scorecard. We have the 7, 8, and 9, Konzelinski and Morales for the Peak Prospects. Heading up to the plate, Collins from Laurel, Mississippi. Happy birthday to Eli Collins. His family came onto the live chat earlier and told us it was his birthday, so they did not specify how old he is, though, as he grounds this one just foul beyond the infield left line. Big Prospects had 3 hits and 2 runs in the bottom of the first. Very productive start for them both defensively and offensively today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Just missed it. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Peak Prospects started the season out 0-5. They won a bunch of games down the line, then just 1 loss and lost 5 in a row. Here's the 1-2 ground ball. It goes through the 5-6 gap, and Collins heads to first with a leadoff single. Second leadoff single in as many innings for the Peak Prospects.
Now batting left fielder number 18, Rhett Zielinski.
So Rhett Zielinski will make his first plate appearance from Brookings, South Dakota. Played at William Penn this spring. Slight lead by Collins at first. Zielinski watches as it misses downstairs, 1-0. Zielinski did not play the previous game today. Batting .210 on the year. Upstairs, 2-0. As it will not get the call. Morales did. 1-1. All trash talk aside, it's been great to meet Diego and get to know him. He joined the team just now it's coming. Collins on second. Zelensky off hero here in the bottom of the tip. Here's the pitch as Morales watches a breaker escape the catcher, but Collins opts to retreat. And he's had a few walks. I actually struck him out during that wiffle ball game as well, and then he struck me out later on. So Morales will have to wait for his first hit of the season. Second cow, we go back to the top of the batting order, and the cow had a leadoff single later on, scored on that single from Yearsley. It is 2-0. Peak Prospects, 1 out, runners on the first. And the cow flies it high for a foul ball beyond right field. 2 balls and 2 strikes. When he was at Southeastern this year, he's the Defensive Player of the Year as well. Distance, now tagging from third. Here goes Collins. He'll have time to score. Zelensky trying to run on the tag. That's out number 3. As we await to see. It's a 9-3 double play. There are 3 runs. The run should count. Collins does score. Zelensky was tagged on his way to third. That'll do it. Peak Prospects tack on another run in a wild fashion, but they lead this one 3-0. Bottom of the third is next.
If you love them enough to turn off your music, music is your music. Then surely you'll check it.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We are back, and we are looking at a pretty lopsided matchup, Jim.
That's right, Ron. I mean, in one corner, we've got a 175-pound guy, and in the other, a 6.
Happened after the first part of our doubleheader, which had a final score of 15-1 for St. Joseph, as Logan Smith, the starting pitcher, opens with a pitch low into the side off the dirt. 1-0. Bodenhausen's your 9, and the 4 as far as defense goes. As he looks at strike 1 on the outside. Logan Smith has been fantastic today, by the way. No hits allowed, 4 strikeouts, 2 looking, 2 swinging. He has allowed a walk, and the only other base runner to advance under him was on an E3. A breaking ball is fouled to the side, 1-2. Here goes the 1-2. It's low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bodenhausen. Again, his first plate appearance today will have the 9-1-2. Holden and McCollum will follow. Sun is still shining. 8:09 p.m. local time here in Boone. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball. Prater in position, scoops it up, and he will dive to tag the bag, and he does just barely for the unassisted ground out. So Holden will head up to the plate.
Next up, center fielder number 2, Brady Holden.
So we're back at the top. Smith is from Joe here in the top of the third. The Mustangs have McCollum at the plate. Here's the pitch. Low, ball one. The 1-0. Off the bat, it goes over the third baseman, Collins. Here goes Holden. He runs to third. They'll try to throw him out. Actually, they'll throw it for home plate instead, and scoring will be McCollum on the RBI double. Excuse me, Holden on the RBI double from McCollum. It's 3-1. With one out on second. For
Next
St.
up,
Joseph.
the first baseman, number 4, Michael Pauly.
So it took 2 1/3, but St. Joe able to get on the board after putting on 15 in the previous game. Here comes Michael Pauly. He struck out looking in the first for the second out back then. This is his second plate appearance as he looks at a pitch high and inside, 1-0. Fourth batter faced today, or in the inning, I should say. The 12th plate appearance faced by Smith as he pitches it into the dirt. McCollum thought about running. Now they're going to throw it over the head of both Nakau and Cruz. And here goes McCollum. He'll run to third on the air. .90 feet away from making it a 3-2 game. St. Joe down 3-1, 2-0 count on Michael Paul at the plate. The 3-0. Call for strike. That will be the second now. McCollum on third. Rob Butler, the catcher, who struck out to start the second. The pitch. That's low for ball one. Strike on Butler. The 1-1. Ball two. Here's the 2-1 from Smith. 3-1. One ball away from loading the bases with 2 outs. Not the end of the world, obviously, if the bases do get loaded here in that 2-out situation. All Smith has to do is try and put it in play. 3-1. As this one's fouled up in the air and back, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 4 strikeouts today. It's a 3-2 count with 2 outs. Runners on second and third for St. Joe. Mustangs down 3-1. Here's the pitch. Ground ball on a chopper. Collins picks it up, throws to Prater, completes the play.
For St. Joe's in the half of the third inning, 1 run off of 2 hits. There was 1
2
weak
hits,
error
1
and 2
run.
runners left on base.
But the Peak Prospects still lead 3-1. We'll be back.
Farming is dangerous. There's dangers all around us. We work around it and we live around it every day. And we just become desensitized to what's around us.
We go through safety training and, we try and do these things to make sure accidents don't happen, but you just never know.
There are so many farmers that I think take for granted all of the underground utilities that are there.
The gas pipe, because that's your life. The other part of it is if you hit certain things, you're liable for it.
I mean, we kind of know what's out here, but all at the same time, you just always call.
Farm Safe 811 starts with you. Whether you're installing drain tile or doing any sort of digging, always call 8 underground lines to be marked and have the depth conveyed.
Go to farmsafe.org.
Bottom of the third, Des Moines leads 3-1. They had 4 hits today. They had 2. Sun continues to shine through the trees beyond the outplate. He's your first base coach, Carl Fensroy, ready to coach at third. Second time today, he flew out. That helped generate a run. Cook scored on that one. That was flew out. Here's George, the native of Ontario, Canada, who played with his brother earlier today. His brother Ben George pitched the last 2 innings of the game. As George watches the first pitch, miss, it's 1-0. Cannot connect. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Nick George. So Cook heads home, and so will George. And here comes Nick Prater to the plate. Bases empty, 1 out. A complete reversal. So Nick Prater from Vancouver, Washington, as I mentioned earlier, his parents in attendance as he fouls the first one beyond the end. The 0-1, Prater flies it foul on the lift. Prater stands at 6'4". Here's the 0-2, and Prater checks his swing.